Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. I'm old school, but I keep it funky fresh, y'all. And this is deep, y'all. I'm feeling deep, y'all. And what you get is what you motherfucking see.
Welcome back, humans! You know what day it is. I'm here to bring you the Vents on Headlines you didn't know you needed, humans. My name is Jaime, and I got a little more ingredients for that vent blender, humans. So welcome. Thank you all for coming, and thank you all for spending a little bit of time out your day to check out these vents. And with that said, away we go. 81, or was it over 80 million votes? Really? No, it's kind of hard to believe. I mean, it could have really happened. It could have really happened. But, okay, it happened. No, okay, it happened. And now what? You don't never really see the people bragging about this dude now that they wanted him in there so bad. It wasn't the fact that they wanted him in there so bad, they wanted the other guy out so bad. And now those are the people or the humans that are going around like, I don't feel like talking about politics right now. Those are the same humans that were taking a big old dump and poop emoji on the last guy. All day, every day. But now they're all, zip, zip, You don't see no fucking, Make America Biden again shirts nowhere. I don't see no fucking hats of that shit nowhere. I don't see hats with his, like, wrinkly face, like, and everybody's just rocking that hat anywhere. Unless it's got some kind of funny shit on it. Because that's what it is right now. It's a crazy-ass joke. I mean, it's hard to say that, but it is. It almost feels like, man, come on. You guys got to be kidding. You have to be joking. There has to be some kind of punchline somewhere. Cheers, humans. But are there any humans out there that are happy with this administration? I don't know. There are probably a lot of rich ones because it probably doesn't affect them. I don't know, because this is very strange. This is a very difficult situation for some like me and a lot of people. They say like over 65% of the people out here are living paycheck to paycheck. And, dude, shit is hard. On the real note, I mean, shit is really hard. And we still got time to go here. And hopefully these people would grow a heart and maybe, give a shit about us for a second, but they fucking don't. And that's the part that hurts the most. They really just don't. This was their vision. Humans, this was their vision, like what they had in mind. Well, our last president was showing and signing bills that it seemed like those bills were probably looking out for us because it seemed to piss the people off. Like Pelosi back there with little fly hands wasn't doing that shit behind Trump when he was signing shit. She fucking ripped up a paper during, I think, his State of the Union address and fucking like look at what I did. Like some kind of immature ass shit. Like, what the fuck? And those people are like in charge. I don't understand. They don't seem to fucking want to give us any help at all. They want to help other countries, that's for sure. They want to give a lot of foreign aid. But over here, we have veterans and a lot of homeless people out here, and they don't seem to give a shit. But I feel like those bills or whatever those, things were set into place for us were giving us a better chance at, eating and living and maybe having a better life. Maybe just a little bit. And the first thing the guy did in his office, by everybody not even talking about it in the news, was he just reversed all of it. And why? I don't know. Was it just to spite a guy because you don't like the guy? But then you're hurting the country. This politic game is a dirty game, and everybody knows that. There's a lot of corruption. I mean, it's full of corruption. I don't know how much honesty is even in the game. Even if there's a politician that maybe sits in the office and looks out and looks like we're doing good. Like when Trump was here, he probably did a lot of crooked shit too, but we was living good and we didn't fucking look at it. And now we're not eating good. And these guys are doing crooked shit like right in front of us, and everybody seems to just not care, I guess, for some weird reason. And all these like facts and things are coming out of all this crooked corruption, and people are just, don't really want to deal with it, even though it's right there in their face. Just don't want to even deal with it. They don't want to give it the time, but they'll give all their time to complain. They'll give all the time to complain, and they won't give no other time to maybe just act on something. I don't know. It's strange. It's just strange times. And I don't really like it. I don't really like this shit because this was their plan. I guess this was their vision of America. Us struggling, and like the middle class is like got the target on it. Like the middle class was getting chopped down like a tree. And this was like their plan or something. Because it seems like that's what took the biggest hit. Like all these small businesses and middle class people who just got bashed. I almost made it there one time. I was like, oh my gosh, I could maybe see the middle class one time. And they were like, nope, here you go. Cha-cha-cha-cha. It's like, bam. So I was like miles back again. You know, I could see it out there one day. I was close one day. I was close one time, humans. And anyways, they're talking about all this. We don't want to buy Russia oil and all this bullshit. More bullshit to not talk about the bullshit that this man is doing already to this country. It feels like they want to break it apart or crumble it. That Illuminati card game seems like it's happening like every fucking card. Like, is this their plan? Like, oh, we were playing this game. You know, oh, we should do this. This is a good idea. It's a good idea. You know, all these old guys. We could actually do this. Because they would never know. Put out a new iPhone. Give them an iPhone. And nobody give a fuck. It's really strange. So they think like not buying oil from this dude is going to fix some shit. It ain't going to fix nothing. But they're talking, I heard some crazy shit about them going back to fucking Venezuela or going back to fucking another country that they abandoned when they gave the other enemies like all these fucking weapons to take over their shit. And they want to go there with their fucking tails tucked in. They want to fucking bring like a sports team deal. They want to do like a trade and shit. Like, they want to do like a fucking trade. Like if they were a sports team, they're talking about bringing a fucking terrorist out of fucking Guantanamo Bay, bringing him there. I read this, humans. This is New York Times. Supposedly, what they were considering, I don't know if they were gonna do this, but they were considering going over there and bringing the terrorists back, giving them to fucking wherever they were going in one of the stand places, at Ands or Stands, and they were gonna offer them, you know, to give more oil from them instead of going to Russia. Goodness gracious. With their tails tucked in, taking over, they were gonna do a trade, like a trade. Like on the Chappelle show when they did a race trade and they were trying to get Eminem to the black side and they were like doing white and black trades. Like they were trying to trade a terrorist for like to give us oil. Who knows how much money was involved in that too of our tax money, like about to try to make that deal. That would have been bananas. That would have been crazy. But I don't know if it's true. Like I said, humans, I was reading it and I don't know if they just got the quick lip on the story and just hurry up and ran it. So I'm just holding it for a grain of sand because this media be playing some crazy games. You've seen on the last episode, there's even more footage of those fake dead people in those body bags. There was one dude on a cigarette break, and then they blow this like air horn shit, and my man throws his cigarette away and covers himself back up. Like, I don't know, they've got to be shooting a movie there or something. There can't be like the same thing going on there. There's got to be something weird going on. Because it just doesn't look right. It just doesn't look right to me, humans. But if they really go there and do this fucking sports trade, like, I thought this was going to be a wild offseason in the NFL, and I was getting all excited. But now it's like the politics is doing trades. I didn't know they was doing trades. Jeez. Why isn't Hillary Clinton on the trading block, if that's the case? Why you just got to trade other people like terrorists? Why won't you trade Hillary? People think she's a terrorist. I don't know. But anyways, humans. The press says we're not going to get any more. Like I said, we're not going to Russia no more. That's not going to do. Would that fix? He like, that'll fix them. Like, I'll just stop getting oil from you, even though we'll give you a bunch of money anyways. No, somehow they give it seems like that we give every other country a bunch of money. I don't understand how it works. Seems like we borrow a bunch of money and we have some big giant deficit, but yet every time we get money, we just give it away to other people and not the people that we owe. That's a weird confusing part to me, humans. I don't know. I'm not really good at math, but like, seems like we owe money in this big trillions and we supposedly make all this money and print all this freaking money and all this crazy shit. And it doesn't seem like we ever pay that thing off. It seems like that number seems to be getting bigger and we're giving billions to other countries and this foreign aid stuff. I don't get how that works. We borrow it to give it to somebody and then we just pay a bunch of more taxes to help them make more money to give away to other countries. Is that how it works? Well, I don't like this game. I think we should change the rules of this game, human. What do you think, humans? This game sucks. If that's the way the game works, I don't understand it. We owe all this money. Seems like no president or government even pays this money. Is that a real number? Like, is that even real? Like, is that deficit even real? Because nobody even gives a fuck. That's a lot of money. If you owed me that much money and I had more population than you, I'd be trying to fucking flex. I'd be like, look, man, I'd be World War Z in that ass to try to get that money. That's like money in the hood. That's way more than cut you money. You would get a lot less for like cut you money in the neighborhood. This is like way beyond that. I don't even know what this category would be. This would be some new shit, like way beyond kingpin shit, like in the neighborhoods of the crime games. Like, holy crap, what would this be called? That'd be some kind of weird, like secret government level stuff. So it ain't gonna really do nothing. I think it's more just hurting us because our gas is going up, which makes me think it ain't even got nothing to do with Russia because our gas has been going up since he got into office. Since he got in there, money, it's just been going up. Everything's just been going up. Shit's been inflating. And he's been just, not answering no questions and just talking all weird. Like at the end of that weird ass speech, like I said, where he bumbled through all this shit and people were clapping about some weird, I don't know what. And at the end, he was like, go get him. Who's going to fucking get him? And go get who? Like us? Like who you going to get, man? Because you should hand out fucking gas cards. Because gas is costing a fucking lot and it don't seem like it's going any fucking lower. Y'all are crazy. Is that because you might have some oil ties? Is that why the fucking gas might be fucking? They say you don't, but is that why you might have some oil ties? Could it be? Could anybody spell oil ties? Perhaps. No, they couldn't be that. It couldn't be Biden and them guys. They say that shit ain't true. There's all kinds of articles when you see if they're involved in all these companies and they fact checking and you say no, it's not true. So that's all I'm saying. How can you? What about that fucking? I'm gonna switch up for a second because I don't know if that's gonna get my channel in trouble. But Stephen Colbert, when he was on TV talking all that shit, what was crazy about it is that dude right there, and all these people were saying like, don't take medical advice from Joe Rogan, and my man had a whole fucking musical about fucking vaccines. Anyways, this dude, when we were all talking about our gas problems hurting, people's fucking hurting at the gas pumps and shit like that, this dude don't seem to care. And he seems like, he was being a little arrogant about it. And I got a little video clip. I don't know. I guess I'll share this video clip because it gets me a little pissed off, though, because the dude sounds a little too cocky for me, man.
Worth $1 or $2. I'm willing to pay. $4 a gallon. Hell, I'll pay $15 a gallon because I drive a Tesla.
Ouch. Okay. Not a knock on Tesla or anything like that, but we calling all like we're some of it, like I said, 65% of us are living paycheck to paycheck. I happen to be in that fucking group, and I can't just go afford and go buy no fucking Tesla. You can't just be the media and just make me go ball out. I can't ball out. I got a fucking like when Kevin Hart talked about his old stand-up and shit. I got like that bank account like Kevin Hart did when he was hanging out with Dwayne Wade. And Dwayne Wade was like, buy that boat and ball out. And he was like, I got to tell the government the same thing. Like my bank account and my savings is set up in my check-ins. When he started going all about his bacons and savings and check-ins, it was set up in a way where, you don't want to fucking, the media can't make you ball out. You just got to watch yourself. Watch yourself, humans. Don't let the media make you ball out. And especially in these hard times. They're going to throw all this fucking enticing things out at us every day. Like you seen what they were selling the fucking delicious wings during war footage. So you gotta be careful, humans. We gotta be careful. You know what? They called this dude. I heard this word today, and when you hear like the rich people talking about how things can be better, or it's always people that got the loot talk about that loot isn't really the solution. Or and so there's other things I can go on, but I'm not gonna go there. But it's like they called this group like where they're super privileged more than others, and they like to make things seem like they're not bad at all because shit don't affect them, and they call them the limousine liberal group. That's what I've heard so far, and I thought it was hilarious. And I don't really use those terms. I don't use liberals and conservatives and the Republicans and stuff like that. I don't really like to use those terms because I don't. And I don't know. I just don't like to use them. So anyways, regardless, I can't believe this dude with his rich ass trying to make us ball out. We can't take medical advice from that dude or bank and, spending shit. I can't go afford no new Tesla right now. I don't really know too much about the electric cars to see about their longevity, anyways. Because if I leave batteries in shit too long, shit gets corroded. What if this shit corrodes in your fucking Tesla, Mr. Musk? You didn't talk about the corrosion. Or what about in the wintertime? Like, does your shit just start up? Does it freeze? Like, how does shit warm up so quick? I've seen one mechanic say you better keep them in the garage because the winters they have some problems. I don't know. I don't have one. But my truck loves gas, and gas costs a lot. And I don't really like that. Like I said, this situation kind of sucks about that. But our Prez, like I said, he thinks he's making these big moves and all these good decisions. Whoever it is really making these moves and decisions. But he's always acting like he's some kind of big dog when he's talking and he don't want to answer no questions. Because a big dog, if he was a big dog, you would stand up and you would confront these situations head on and you would talk like a president should or a leader would, and you would fucking stand up and say some shit that you got to say. Because if you really want this plan that looks like it's a bad plan, that looks like it's kind of crushing our America and, kind of hurting us a lot, if this was your plan, then stand up and say this was my plan. Now take it and eat it. At least give us that, because all you're doing is, this bullshit is just getting too deep, and I don't got waiters. I can't even afford waiters. So there you go on that guy. And he realized who could be the real target, and it seemed like it was the middle class at first, but now it seems like it's just everybody after that. It's just going to be the domino effect. He don't give a damn. And I'm glad more people are starting to speak out. And I'm super happy that more people are speaking out. I was watching, I told you before, I'm a big fan of the fight game. I love me some boxing. I love me some UFC. Big fights are coming up, man. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I'll probably talk about some of them pretty soon because they're talking about all these crazy possible fights. I don't even know what's going on. I hear the winner of Gagey Oliveira is possibly going to get McGregor. And everybody's like, fuck McGregor. But who knows? They're probably trying to give this dude this one last hoorah. Who knows? But I'll get to that in another time. But going to the UFC, Saturday, Bryce Mitchell had a victory. Everybody likes him. He's a good fan favorite. He's like, he's got himself a ranch and stuff like that. He's just a nice, humble guy. And he likes to, I guess he's from, I think he says he's from Arkansas or something like that. And like I said, a big fan favorite. I love to watch the guy, see him, give his heart out on the fucking ring every time in the octagon. And also he's just like, seems like a good-hearted guy in all his interviews. You kind of like the guy. It's kind of hard to say something bad about the guy, man. And so I really like this interview. He got, his post-fight. Shit was getting crazy. So they, in the media, digging for something, as usual, decided to just put this man on the, they put him, basically they put him on blast, like right on the spot after a fight. I kind of feel like after weigh-ins and after fights, there should be more time between interviews, because especially after a weigh-in, a fighter can get pretty drained. And then after a fight, man, you just gave it all you got. You got to have some kind of window. The window doesn't seem that big because of like people paid to see the, most of them fights, but whatever. But my man won his fight, and they're interviewing him, and they decided to bring up the Ukraine situation. And I thought I would share with you because I thought it was pretty cool, man, because somebody's speaking the truth, and I'll play this little clip, and I'll try to shut my mouth, but sometimes I can't help it. So there we go. Bryce Mitchell from the UFC.
Thoughts on the whole Russia and Ukraine situation?
Here's my first thought is I'm not going nowhere to fight none of these wars for these politicians. I'm staying at home, and when the war comes to Arkansas, I will dig my boots in the ground, and I will die for everything I love, and I will not retreat. If this country's invaded and everybody's saying, well, we gotta evacuate, we gotta leave, I will not. I will dig my boots in the Arkansas soil, and I will fight for the people that I love, for the land that I love, and the way of life that I love. But
Yeah.
I'm not going overseas to fight. I don't know what's going on, to be honest, brother. I really don't. There's so much stuff, and I don't think nobody knows what's going on fully. There's been so much political corruption in that area. You got Biden and his son making a shit ton of money off of and using our tax dollars to bribe their people. That's treasonous, in my opinion. So you got Hunter Biden and his son using our tax dollars. Hey, if Ukrainian government, if you don't do this, we're taking your tax dollars. He shouldn't be giving our tax dollars to that country anyway. We got
Right.
veterans out here sleeping on the street, and you're
Right.
going to give our freaking tax dollars to these Ukrainians and all. Brother, I don't know what's going on over there, but I'm not going over there fighting, and God bless anybody that's over there fighting, and I hope that the shit just gets solved. And man, I don't like war. You know what I mean? I don't want people dying and all that stuff. I don't want to be, but I don't know what's going on. There's so much stuff that I think that's corrupted that we just don't know what's truly going on over there. And I pray all those people are safe.
So that was Bryce Mitchell, like I said, man. Shout out to him. He's got such a big heart, man. And I dig the guy. It's hard. And like I said, if you ever seen this man in his interviews and then you watch him fight, I mean, he gives it all. And he's just like a simple man. Like I said, he's got himself a ranch, wants to be a farmer and hang out in his town, like he said, in that Arkansas soil that he loves. And everybody loves our country. Everybody loves where you're from, regardless of all the bad, negative things, man. We love our fucking country. And that's why we want to not let these things, go away. These little things that we have left, man, we don't want to lose these liberties. And it seems like there's a lot of crazy things going on. And when you speak about it, something like this, now media is going to go jump on him. And they're going to go, try to cancel him, man. They're going to go and try, he's already been on other interviews where he said some of his friends are already saying, keep your guns loaded because they're probably coming after you. I mean, there was article, which I spoke on a previous episode ago, a couple of episodes ago, about Joe Rogan having to have armed security at his houses. He's got 2 daughters and a wife because he had people on there that were controversial and things that were said and, went after media. And now the government's all pissed off because their narrative crumbled. It's not something cool when it's got a label of narrative. When we're a society and we're living in a lifetime of reality, what we know of reality is, whether good, bad, or whatever your reality is. They say there's this narrative, and it's always that's when it's something got to be. It's also what else starts with the letter N? Negative. So this narrative word, I don't really like it. It's kind of creepy because it feels like it's designed. And when it's a design, you don't really have that freedom or that feeling of freedom anymore. I always speak about, seeing the waters of freedom and things like that, making jokes and whatnot. But this for real, man, it feels like freedom's now going to be on the horizon. People won't be looking just for the curvature and all these flat earthers and round earthers when we're, the horizon will have freedom on the edge too, man. We'll be looking for freedom just as much as all those, whatever those stories are. But I got to give it up to my man, and you got to be careful out there when you want to speak the truth. And like I said, people are telling him that he might be, his safety might be, compromised. And I think that's very sad. That's where it makes me feel like that Hunger Games feel, because if they're going to these drastic measures, if it comes to something where they're going to hurt somebody or go after, threaten their family and things like that. Just for speaking the truth, then why would you do some corrupt shit, man? And why wouldn't people want to go straight and narrow instead of just keeping this crime game going? It's getting more obvious. This social media game, even the media itself, like the media is a negative thing when they crumble an individual, or they can make somebody rise and they can make somebody fall and make you into like minuscule, pieces of particles of sand, granules of sand. Or they can build you up to the biggest skyscraper or the building bigger than the building in Dubai, the biggest building, take you to space with your building. They can build you up that high or take you down that low. And, but if you want to sit there and be brave and go out there and tell the truth, I take my hat off to everybody out there being brave, because this is ridiculous. Like, it's got that Hunger Games feel. And like I said before, many, many times, I feel like we're heading toward, they want us to head towards this, like this Demolition Man scenario, regardless how many times I've said it. It's kind of true, man. Pretty soon, we're not going to be able to say anything. Like, comedy and all these weird things, like, you're not going to be able to tell jokes. Like, they were attacking the new Batman movie already over a scene in the movie. Like, we ain't going to be able to have action movies and shit. Like, what are we going to be able to do? What are we going to be able to do if we can't do nothing, if everybody's going to cry about everything we do? Humans, think about it. Not the fun ones. The ones that are trying to cancel everything. All you cancelers, listen to this real quick. If you cancel everything, what the fuck are we going to be able to fucking do? Because you'll have content restricted on your phone. That means you won't be able to fucking do porn. You watch porn, do porn. Watch porn. You won't be able to fucking watch videos. Action movies be gone. So what would happen? Like, what if you react to a movie wrong or a commercial wrong or whatever the hell you'll be able to watch? What will we be able to do? You cancel everything. What can we do? How will we stimulate? I'm not going to sign up to be no mannequin. I ain't going to do it, humans. I just won't do it. What will we do if we can't do nothing? We won't be able to do nothing fun. You can't say nothing. You can't talk trash. NBA players are kicking fans out for talking trash. You know what I'm saying? This is getting close time to go sign up to go to Mars. It's like, I wouldn't want to go to Mars. We would send those the sensitive ones over there. Nobody would bother you. Nobody would even bother you. But what would we do if you canceled everything? Everything fun, we won't be able to do no more. Oh, were you laughing too hard? What were you laughing at? Really? You're canceled. Boom. No fun. No more laughing. Laughing's banned. All emotions are banned. You fucking curse, you're going to get fined. All this fucking craziness is going to happen, man. This is getting ridiculous. There's a lot of ridicularities going on, humans. I don't like it. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. And if you did, I'd appreciate it if you would smash me with a like button. And if you want to come back and join me, hit me with a subscription and turn on them notifications so you don't miss an episode, because I'm here twice a week. My name is Jaime, and this has been another episode of Meant to Vent. Till next time, humans. See ya.
Yes, yes, y'all.